Hi everyone, this is Donna from Even the Scales. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're all having a good day. I'm back on my channel right now because I want to talk a bit more about this injustice that I'm going through right now. And I also want to talk about how much I want my privacy back. I'm also in a lot of danger right now as well. So I'm just trying to create awareness of these things. And before I start, I would just like to do an acknowledgement of country and first acknowledge the Dharawal people, who are the true custodians of the land that I bring you these messages on today. I would also like to pay respect to elders past and present, as well as extend my respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are watching this video today. So right now I still have a camera in my home where my neighbours that have been involved in the abuse that's been carried out on me are still able to watch me in my home, and also random members of the community are able to watch me in my home, and my abusive family members. This is so that they can try and have some kind of control over my life to stop me moving forward. It's also so they can keep tabs on my life and just stop me from having any growth. And what they do, they try and create different abuse tactics around the things that I do in my home. It's also the Campbelltown police that can watch me on that camera as well. This has been going on for over a year, and it's being done to me as a part of a police cover-up, and it's because I spoke up about the injustices that I have been through over the past 10 years while I've been dealing with family and domestic violence. I have an abusive family who have stolen an inheritance from me, and to steal that inheritance, they had to tell a lot of lies, and they had to cast a complete illusion over my life. So when they did this, around the time they did this, I was going through one of the lowest moments of my life. I was actually suffering from homelessness due to leaving domestic violence at the time. And this was like the worst nightmare to my family, that I had actually moved back to my hometown here in Campbelltown, New South Wales. Because while I had been living away from them in the relationship that I was in, they were able to tell a lot of lies about me and about how I conducted my life. And this is how they stole this inheritance. So when I come back, it was like their worst nightmare, because while I was living in that relationship, I didn't have social media or anything. I wasn't really active on social media because of the relationship I was in. It just become easier not to be on social media because of the way that my partner at the time would react to me having any friends or any connections. That's just how abusive the relationship was. So it was just easier for me to stay offline, and that's what I did. So this made it easy for my family members to steal this inheritance and to create this illusion around my life, because these days everyone has social media. Most people have a social media presence, and I didn't. So it made it really easy for them just to say whatever they liked about me. And they did that to steal the inheritance. And then when I come back, they did everything in their power to try and cause my life to fall apart again, to try and drive me back to the abusive relationship that I was in. And right now there's a camera in my home where these family members are still trying to have control over my life. There isn't anything that these family members haven't done to try and cause my life to fall apart. And they've gone to absolute extremes. The justice system got involved in this because of the mistakes that they have made over the 10 years that I've put in reports with the justice system about the abuse that I have gone through. And there were police officers connected to my family and in my family that have been obstructing justice, that have been protecting the criminals all of this time. So right up until now, this is why I have a camera in my home. It's so that the justice system and my family and all the other organisations that have got wrapped up in this abuse can have control over my life and just stop me moving forward. And what the justice system have actually done over the past year, they have teamed up with the health system to pay the community to abuse me to death. This was meant to take my life. I wasn't meant to survive this long. And I had to create this channel, Even the Scales, to just be able to have a voice about this, because I've been totally isolated by my family and my community here in Campbelltown, New South Wales. And yeah, the justice system has been paying the community here in Campbelltown, the majority of the community, to put me through very cruel abuse, where they've been hoping that it was going to eventually take my life or cause me some kind of serious health episode to the point where I couldn't take care of myself anymore. Because this is the lie that my family have told to steal my inheritance. They have lied to the justice system and, a lot of people that were connected to me, extended family members, they've lied to all these people and said that I wasn't a responsible person, that I was a drug addict or an alcoholic, that I couldn't take care of myself. And this is what they've tried to make true. Because it wasn't true, they've tried to make this true. The justice system's teamed up with them because, they've made a lot of mistakes too, so everyone had something to gain. The justice system is covering for a pedophile. I reported a pedophile in 2020 that is connected to this family, and they did nothing about that pedophile, and that's because it was all a part of the psychological abuse that's been carried out on me. The whole point of this is so that I never get any equal give and take. I never get any justice. I never get any support or fairness. And so that's one of the things they're covering up. But they're also covering up for a cop that has committed very serious and violent crimes against women. So these are just a couple of the things that the justice system are covering up. And what they've tried to do is pay the community here in Campbelltown, the community that's involved, to put me through very cruel abuse to try and take my life. And it hasn't worked. So right now, there's not a lot of ways they can get to me either, because I've been speaking out about this on this channel. And they're using the neighbours that live very close to me. And when I go out, I'm still being stalked by people. They're still sending stalkers towards me when I go out. This has been going on for over a year. They want me to have some kind of health episode where I can't look after myself anymore. And this is because they want total control over my life. so that they can get away with all these injustices that they've caused. And I mean, it's just not going to happen. The health system have teamed up with the justice system to do this because they have actually kept information about my health conditions from me. And what they've been hoping is that they can aggravate these health conditions to the point where, they make one of them so bad where I have a stroke or a heart attack or something like that. They're putting me through so much stress all the time, where they want to just keep me in a state where my heart is racing, where I'm constantly in fight or flight mode. And yeah, like they're just hoping that this triggers some kind of serious health condition. That's one of the things that they do. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but they will just send like really noisy cars past my house just to stalk me, just to cause me stress. And they're constantly doing that. And yeah, the health system have teamed up with the justice system to do this. And I have really good reason to believe that I have had a stroke in the past, and they haven't told me about that. And there's also a number of other things that they're keeping from me as well. So right now, because I have been speaking the truth on this channel, and a lot of the truth that I have spoken on this channel includes that there's been environmental crimes committed here in Campbelltown as a part of this abuse. I mean, that was one of them just then. What they do is that they're stalking me with really loud, fuel guzzling cars and different types of transport. And what they were doing is carrying out noise attacks using like hundreds of different kinds of transport, different kinds of vehicles to do these things. But because I spoke out about them, they haven't been doing these as much. But yeah, there's been environmental crimes committed here in Campbelltown over the past year or more. And as a part of the abuse that's been carried out on me, there's also been crimes that can be classified as international crimes that have been violated, like crimes against humanity, because of the cruelty of the abuse that I've been going through, because I've been totally isolated here. That's why I had to create this channel. There's no help whatsoever. The justice system have made sure that I have no help, and that's the reason why I had to create this channel, just to have a voice about this so that I could try and save my own life. If I hadn't have created this channel, maybe their abuse might have worked. This video is lagging. I'm having technical difficulties. Maybe I'm not meant to put this video out today. I'll just see how it goes. So right now, I want my privacy back. There's still a camera in my home, and I'm watched on this camera 24 hours a day. And the closest neighbours to me have actually been paid to take my life and put me through constant abuse. And because I've been speaking out about what they've been doing, they can't do as much either. But they're still able to watch me in my home. Not only that, my landlord, St George Community Housing, has also rigged their range hoods in their homes so that when they turn them on, they can put through whatever they like and contaminate the air in my home. This was supposed to drive me crazy. It was supposed to, I think, make me look crazy for talking about it. They probably wasn't expecting me to be so level-headed and to be such a good communicator, that people actually believe what I'm saying because I am telling the truth here. I'm definitely telling the truth about what's been going on, and people know that. So I don't think they were expecting things to go this way. So right now, my landlord, St George Community Housing, is in, quite the predicament because Um, they have to come and remove this camera from my home that is in my smoke alarm. It's their responsibility. And they also have to come and fix the range hoods, because right now the three closest neighbours can control the air that I'm trying to breathe in my home. And right up until a couple of hours ago, the woman next door here was still doing this. And it just so happens that she's quite mentally deranged. And all of these neighbours that have been involved in this, they never stop stalking me. 24 hours a day, these neighbours stalk me. I mean, this woman next door, she'll even sit up through the night and wait for me to move through the night. And she will send something through her range hood in the middle of the night just to abuse the air in my home. And she uses her toxic cigarette smoke. So she's actually sending, deadly chemicals through into my home. And she's been doing this for weeks. And she also uses the filthy stench of her home as well, because her house smells absolutely rotten. And all she's got to do is turn her range hood on, and the smell just comes through. And the smells, when they come through to my home through the range hoods, through their range hoods, they just take over my whole house. And there's three neighbours that have the capability of doing this right now. There's the woman downstairs, there's this woman next door, and there's a male that lives diagonally to me. There's four of us in this block, and all of their range hoods have been rigged so that they can carry out this abuse on me. So St George Community Housing, they need to come out here and take this camera away, and they also need to fix the range hoods, because I mean that they're the ones that have done this. They have teamed up with the justice system. They're probably taken bribes to do this, to be a part of this, and they're caught. I mean, there must have been a certain amount of risk when everyone decided that they would do this. But see, I wasn't meant to survive this, but I have. And that's because I have a very strong will to live. And I also have a lot of faith in God. And no one's getting my life at all. And I also have a very positive mindset. That's something else I didn't think that they were counting on. So yeah, I want my privacy back. That's why I'm on here right now. And I also want to let everyone know that, yeah, up until a couple of hours ago, this woman next door, she's still trying to abuse the air that I'm trying to breathe in my home with her disgusting smells and her cigarette smoke. And she did it this morning too when I woke up. So I like to let everyone know what's going on here on a daily basis while the abuse is like this, because that way, if anything was to happen, everyone would know that these neighbours would be responsible, and my landlord, St George Community Housing. And like they're violating my privacy in a very extreme and disgusting way. Like there's a camera in my home that random members of the community can watch me on. I'll go out and I'll be stalked by people that have watched me in my home, and they try and get close to me and they will mock something, that I've done in my home. Like just to, make me feel that humiliation, that you know, it's a horrible feeling to know that I have so many people that can actually view me in my home. And I want my privacy back. So not only that, as I go through this abuse, the Campbelltown police can actually watch me suffer through what I'm being put through here. And so can my family members. And they're doing nothing about this. So if there's anyone out there that can help me get justice and have these people brought to justice for what they have done, I would really appreciate any advice that you have. If anyone can help me to remove this camera from my home, I would also appreciate your help. I can't reach out to just anyone to do this, because most of the services that I reach out to for help, the justice system blocks, or they make sure that some kind of manipulation is carried out on me, just to cause me delays or further disappointments. So, St George Community Housing, please remove the camera from my home. I don't deserve to have a camera in my home. I deserve to have my human rights back, just as a person does. And while this woman and other neighbours have access to being able to control the air I breathe, like, I'm in a lot of danger, especially with this woman next door, and just the way that she stalks me. I mean, they all do. They all do. I'm in a lot of danger with all these three neighbours, really. They're all addicted to stalking me. They're all being paid to take my life. And they all have access to gas cooktops just over their stove. So, this is why it's such a dangerous situation that I'm in now. So, yeah, my landlord is responsible for all this, and I want justice. I want this camera gone out of my home. That is my priority right now. And I want the range hoods fixed so that these neighbours can control my air right now. Like, this is my air in my home. So, thank you for listening, everyone. And I will talk to you on the next one. Bye for now, and God bless.